Honey, alright, I will kill him. Because I really love you a lot. Taeyang, I'm really sorry, but you are taking it to another way. Don't you even dare to do that. Honey, wow, now you are talking to me like that just because that unknown boy, to whom you don't even like, you got married to him because your parents said. Then why do you care about him? Taeyang, no matter what you say or do, but don't even dare to talk bad about him or kill him. Even if you did, before you do anything, I will kill you. And he is not an unknown boy to me. Although he is my husband, although I didn't want to get married to him, he is still an important person to me. Annie, and why is that? Why is he so important to you? You just said you got married to him because parents asked. You weren't willing to get married to him. You don't even love him. Yeah, I don't love him. I don't love him in a way a lover does. I just love him as my brother. Honey, so you decided to make him your brother. Why don't you get divorced? He's your brother, right? Then how can you get married to him? He's your husband, not your brother. Mind it. Taeyang, I don't care about that. He will always stay my brother. And remember that if you lay any hand on him, then I won't leave you alone. I am I am fine with whatever you do, whatever you say, but don't you dare to do anything to my family. Try to hurt them and you are dead. Yes, we dated for a while. That doesn't mean you can do anything. And it was not even for a while, just for 2 weeks. We only know each other for 4 weeks. And about him, I know him from my birth. Honey, so you are saying he is your brother. Then how could your parents get you married to him? Taeyang, that's our matter, not yours. I don't care anything about what you do, but don't you dare to look at my family. Honey, alright, I'm sorry. I won't do it. But please, consider me also. You just said you don't love him. Then why do you care about him so much? You can get him divorced, isn't it? Taeyang, I can't. It would be fine if he does, but I can't take it. First, I don't want to hurt my parents. Neither him. Honey, I can understand about your parents. Why do you care about him? And why do he have to do it first? Taeyang, I said we can't say anything to a stranger. Honey, so I am a stranger to you now, isn't it? Taeyang, you are not a stranger, but you are not also related to my family, not even a close friend to me. We just crossed our paths for some time, and that's all. That ends there. Honey, then why did you agree to date me? Thiang, because I thought I got feelings for you. But it was never like that. Just after I got married, I thought I never got feelings for you. It just felt like that. Honey, you really know how to hurt someone's feelings, isn't it? But don't worry, I will make you love me no matter what. Thiang tried, he said as he pushed Honey from his car and opened the door before leaving from there. Honey, how dare he do that to me? I won't leave you, whoever it is. I will make you get divorced to him because I love him and I can do anything. If I have to kill, then I will. I just want him back. She said and cursed Jimin under her breath before she got up and brushed her dress. Time skipped. Taeyang got home as he found Jimin sitting on the couch. It was first time after their marriage since Jimin was back this early. Jimin usually takes a lot of time in his hospital. He usually comes back at midnight or maybe he comes back sometimes in morning. Well, it wasn't a matter for Taeyang at all. He ignored Jimin and went to his room. Jimin noticed him and he closed the TV as he also walked towards Taeyang's room. He waited for some time and later he knocked on the door when he heard the washroom door open. Taeyang knew it was Jimin, so he didn't respond to anything. After knocking for many times, Taeyang finally opened the door. Taeyang, would you stop knocking me? Why are you knocking at the door? Jimin, can we talk? Just for some time. Taeyang, I'm busy. Jimin, but you just got home. We can talk just for a while, please. Not that much, only for 10 minutes. You have that much to spare, isn't it? Taeyang, but I don't want to. Jimin, so are you going to be this rude to your brother? Taeyang, you're my husband now. Jimin, so does that change anything? We were brothers, isn't it? Now we are husbands. So are you going to be this rude to me? Let's try and sort it out while talking, isn't it? Isn't it what we should do? Instead of fighting, we can't fight for our whole life, can we? Yeah, but I don't want to talk. Jimin, I understand it was really very much shocking for you that we got married. And I was also shocked. But that doesn't mean we have to fight for whole our life, can we? We can't go like this. Please, let's talk. Sort it out, please. Yeah, and I didn't want to do that also. It was really shocking for me. Should have just denied to get married. Why would you agree to it? Do you still have feelings for me? Even after I was so rude to you? Jimin, you know what, Priyan? Parents didn't did all this for no reason. There was a reason behind it. Talking about my feelings, I'm sure about it. But before talking about my feelings, I want to talk about yours. Let's talk and sort it out, please. Fighting isn't going to change anything. It will just make it worse. Yeah, so you are saying that you had feelings for me and you are sure about it. Why does everyone says that the parents had some reason for our marriage? What is the reason? Why don't everyone tell us? Jimin, I also don't know how. But somewhere I know they really had a great reason behind it. Listen to me, please. This isn't the way we should be together. We used to be such a amazing friends. Even though we were brothers, but nobody will tell we were because we never fought with each other. Are you going to break our relationship like this? Let's talk about it, please. Yeah. Alright. He said as he got out and went towards the couch. Jimin felt relieved as he finally made Priyank talk to him. Both of them sat on the couch and Jimin started. Jimin. So why don't you want us to be together? Yeah, why do you want us to be together? Jimin, because our parents want us. Yeah, I'm sorry going to do whatever they say. Jimin, because I know they have some reasons. Yeah, and what are the reasons? Jimin, yeah, even if I knew, I won't tell it. Because it's not something you will believe. You will never believe it, even if I say it. Yeah, and why does everyone say that I won't believe? Have you yet tried to tell it to me? Yang said as he was about to get up, but Jimin dragged him back as he made him sit again. Jimin, alright, I will let you know what I know. So, it's like you will feel it was a drama, but it was maybe reality. I'm not myself sure about it, but I think it is true. We used to be together in our last life, and we died. Our love, it couldn't be completed. We were brothers back in the life too, but our parents didn't accepted our love. They didn't wanted us to be together. I used to run away from our love, but you never did. You accepted it as it is. We were finally together, but later our parents separated us. On the wedding day, we both died. Thiang, the heck you are talking about? Jimin, I told you, you won't believe it. Thiang, it is definitely from some drama or something, isn't it? Do you think I will believe such things? And even if I can, I won't believe the fact that I was the one who loved you when you were my brother. If you weren't my brother, I would have thought about it. Or maybe I would have really expected you to be my lover, but not as a brother. I would have never done that. He said as he went upstairs. Jimin, I knew it. I knew it. You wouldn't accept it. I knew you won't believe me. That's why I wasn't telling you. Well, I also didn't believe until I saw our grave. Flashback. Since childhood, Jimin and Hyung were together until Jimin's high school studies. At that time, Jimin went overseas for studies. But when he was overseas, he realized how much he loved Hyung and missed him. He felt different. He just wanted to be with Hyung, and one of his friends told that is what love is. When they used to talk on phone, his heartbeat would rise for no reason. Whenever he saw Hyung falling, he would be smiling like crazy. And his friend said that it was surely love. But Jimin didn't want to accept it yet. He was still confused. Later, Hyung and Jimin lost their contacts because Jimin was too much busy in studies. When he was doing his internship, he met with Winter. She had some mental issues, and the fact is that she was like this since Jimin and Hyung died. It has just ruined her mental health. Although she was fine for a while, but started again some months before. Jimin was given as his psychologist. He treated her and came to know about whatever had happened in the past with her. He couldn't believe when she said he was Jimin without even knowing him from earlier. Nobody knows him when they first come to meet him, but she knew it. Directly called him by his name, and it was shocking for Jimin. After knowing about her and her past, Jimin was totally confused what he should do or whether he should believe it or not. But as she was a person with mental issues, she won't ever tell any lie, at least not to the psychologist. He tried his best to take her out of her mental issues, and after 2 or 3 therapies, she was totally fine. Jimin wanted to confirm it, so he went to the university. He studied, and after some time, Taeyang also joined him. He found his and Taeyang's records in the university, and later, when he came back to Korea, after meeting Taeyang, he had went to their graves before their marriage, confirm it even more better, and he was definitely taken aback when he saw their grave. It was clear that she didn't lie, and of course, why would she do? And talking about Jimin's feeling, he was also sure about them. He also realized that it wasn't a coincidence to fall for Taeyang again. It was what universe wanted them to. The universe had to make them together again. And Jimin was really thankful that he got the chance to love Taeyang again and complete their uncompleted love story. But when Taeyang acted rudely to him and whatever happened, he was totally broken. But being a psychologist, he tried to control himself and try to understand Taeyang's side too. But Taeyang just won't tell him anything. Flashback ends. Jimin, what should I do now? Time skipped. Their situation got even worse. After that conversation, Taeyang started to hate Jimin even more. He thought it was just a lie, and Jimin also couldn't take it anymore. He did the same to Taeyang to let him feel the way Jimin does. He wanted him to feel whatever was going on with Jimin. How much hurt he was when Taeyang was hating on him for no reason. Their relationship got even worse when Taeyang once came home drunk. Jimin just returned from his work when he found Taeyang sitting outside the door looking at some keys in his hand. He went closer to him when a annoying smell went through his nostril. Taeyang, Aish, which is the key? He said looking at the keys annoyingly. Jimin, yeah, did you drunk? Taeyang, why do you care? He said, not looking up towards Jimin. Jimin, wow, even when you are drunk, you are talking so rudely to me. Give me the keys. Taeyang, wait, don't you have yours? Jimin, yeah, I forgot. He said, taking out the keys and opened the door. Jimin, now come inside. Taeyang, I won't. I can open my door for myself. He said as he closed the door, but Jimin opened it again. Jimin, come inside, cause you won't find your key. At least not today. He said as he was about to hold Taeyang, but Taeyang pushed him. Jimin, come on already. Do you want to stay outside tonight? Taeyang, yes, I will. You go and sleep. Just leave me. He said as he got up and closed the door. Taking the keys from his hand, he opened the door finally. Taeyang, I told you I can open it. He said as Jimin at the keys. Jimin, yeah, you can. He said and slightly bent towards Taeyang, taking the keys from the door because those were Jimin's keys that he had not taken out yet. Taeyang had used his keys which were already on the door. Jimin, so you should now go to your room and take some rest. I don't understand why would you drink. Taeyang, I don't want to go. He said, going towards the couch and lying on it. Jimin, alright, don't go. Do you want something to eat? Or do you want soup? Jimin said as he was concerned about Taeyang. Taeyang, I don't want anything. Taeyang said as he didn't even care to look at Jimin. Jimin, alright, he said and went towards the kitchen. He thought to make some honey water in order for Taeyang not to get his headache. He made some honey water and went towards the couch. He made Taeyang sit straight and sat with him, giving him the honey water. After he made Taeyang drink all the water, he finally got up. Taeyang, yeah, what did you give to me? Jimin, I just can say that it is not poison. He said as he got up, but Taeyang threw the cup on Jimin. It was glass, so it fell down and broke into pieces. But Jimin's shoulder was hurt. Jimin, what are you doing? Are you planning to kill me? He said as he held his shoulder, which was hurting, and didn't even notice when he stepped on the glass. Pieces falling down. Jimin, ouch. What is it now? I guess it's really a bad day for me. He said, stepping back from the pieces of the glass and removing all the glasses from his feet. Taeyang didn't care as he got up and walked, but the pieces of glass also got inside his feet. He screamed as he looked down. Taeyang, yeah, what are you doing now? Are you also going to hurt? Look at it, you made it bleed. He said, pointing towards his feet. Jimin, are you blind or something? Can't you see there are glasses? Of course, you are going to get hurt when you don't look at it. Why did it throw the glass? Taeyang, when did I did? Taeyang, I won't leave you. He said, going towards Jimin, but more pieces got inside his feet as Jimin pushed him and Taeyang landed on the floor. Jimin, can't you see there are pieces of the glasses? Let me clear it first. He said and walked towards the kitchen, taking out the cleaner and keeping all the glasses away and then throwing them. He went towards Thiang, who was still sitting on the ground. Jimin, are you telling to stay there? He said as he held Thiang to make him stand, but Thiang didn't. Jimin, alright, I will just remove all the pieces from your feet. He said, going towards his leg and removed the pieces of glass which were inside his feet. He threw them and applied some medicine on his injuries. He later took him to his room because he was already unconscious. He lied him to the bed and went to his room. He applied some medicines in his feet and also in his shoulder before when he slept. Since that day, their relationship started to get violent. They barely met each other, but whenever they did, they would fight and hurt each other. Although Jimin wasn't willing to do it, but he couldn't just let himself get hurt without fighting back. He had to do it in order not to get hurt himself. As the days passed, Jimin just tried not to go in front of Taeyang so that they won't fight again. Taeyang would just start fighting for no reason. Whatever they talked, it would always end up in fighting. It's already been 7 months to their marriage, but nothing had improved in their relationship. Instead, it has gone even worse. Jimin didn't want it to take it any longer. He had enough of Taeyang because Taeyang wasn't letting Jimin to take care of him, neither he was trying to take it slow and properly without using any fight or violence. It was just getting ruined instead. Hyung wasn't ready to take it in a happy way, not even a bit. He always just acted rudely, not caring about anything. Rose and Jisoo were also going to come back because their company was finally stable in the overseas. So Jimin decided to stop this. He just didn't want it to be with Hyung anymore. He wanted to let him be alone and let him understand whatever he had done. It was all wrong. He should have given chance to Jimin and their relationship instead of doing all that. Jimin talked to Rose and Jisoo, but they weren't also understanding what Jimin was trying to say. But somewhere they knew something was wrong between their relationship because Jimin wasn't talking nicely to them. His mood was always off. Even though he tried to lie, but of course he can't lie in front of his own parents. They will catch it no matter what. Hyung was sitting in his office when he got a call from Jisoo. He had finally decided to tell them about what he was going to do. He picked up the call and Jisoo spoke. Jisoo, hey Jimina, how are you? Jimin, I'm fine, mom. How are you? Jisoo, I'm fine. Jimin, and how about Rose, mom? Jisoo, she's also fine. We are coming back soon. Jimin, oh, I see. I wanted to tell you something. I don't want to take it long and I just want to let you know. Jisoo, what happened? Is something wrong? Did you fought with Hyung again? Jimin, it's not like that. But I guess Hyung doesn't want to give any chance to our relationship. And maybe he won't. Just think we should get divorced. Instead of forcing him too much, it would be better to do that. Jisoo, you can't do that. Jimin, mom, understand. Please, we have to do that. If it was really that we were meant to be together, then I'm sure he will understand his mistake and come back to me. But I shall let him understand it instead of keeping him and trapping him inside our relationship. This isn't going anywhere good. It would be better if we do that. Jisoo, but are you sure you can do that? I know you have feelings for him. Are you sure you can do? Jimin, wouldn't it be better if I do that instead of staying here and hurting myself even more? Jisoo, alright, I will let you do that. I trust you. I know whatever you will do, it would be good for you both. Jimin, thank you so much, mom. Jisoo, mention not. But yeah, don't do it now. When we will back, you can do that, okay? Jimin, alright. And can you please take back the company, I mean my hospital from to whom you sell? I will take over it. I will be living overseas now. I can take care of business and my hospital together. Jisoo, you just want to stay here? Jimin, yes. Jisoo, alright then I will take care of your hospital then. Okay? Jimin, thank you mom. Jisoo, just be happy my child. She said as she was already tearing up. She hung up the call. She didn't mean to do it. She was hurting Jimin a lot. She should have let Destiny do it itself. She just wanted to help them. And Claire wasn't in any mood to take the help from them. 1 month passed as Jisoo and Rosie came back. It was evening time when all were sitting in the living room. Hyung wasn't home yet, and soon Hyung came in. He directly went to his room without even caring who was sitting on the living room. Jimin, I will go tell him. Rosie, are you sure you are going to do this? Jimin, yes, I should do this. He said and took the papers from the table with the pen and went upstairs. He knocked the door and Hyung didn't respond. Jimin, Hyung, open it, just for last time, he said as he felt Hyung unlock the door. Hyung, what do you mean? Here, he said, handing him the papers. Hyung, what is it? Jimin, our divorce paper.